welcome to the July 11th, 2022 Tualatin City Council meeting. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. And our first item on the agenda is a Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilor Sacco tonight.
Hello, everyone. If you could please join me by placing your right hand over your heart and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first announcement is our public health announcement led by Councilor Brooks tonight.
Well, hi, everybody. OHSU released a new COVID forecast showing a rise in COVID-19 cases and related hospitalizations and death in the next few weeks due to the spread of the Omicron variants BA4 and BA5. By mid-July, at the expected peak, infection rates may be similar to the Omicron wave last winter. So just want everyone to know that. The model shows that those variants began growing in predominance in early May, and they're the most transmissible of the COVID-19 variants so far. So these are very, very transmissible. At this time, 423 people at the time of the report in Oregon are hospitalized with COVID-19, and the report indicates that number may rise to 479 by mid-July, and deaths are also expected to rise. So keep yourself safe from COVID-19, wear a mask in crowded indoor places, and stay up to date with all your vaccinations and boosters. And remember, you can get 4 boosters, and everyone 6 months and older is eligible for an initial series of COVID-19 vaccinations. So I don't mean 4 boosters, 4 shots total. Okay, thank you.
All right. That brings us to our second announcement, which is our Science and Technology Scholarship Award, led by our Library Director, Jerry Ann Thompson, and Council President Grimes.
It's my pleasure to introduce Magnus Graham, who's the recipient of this year's award, and I'm going to turn it over to Council President Grimes to share some information about Magnus.
Thank you very much. It's my distinct honor this evening to introduce and share some information about our Tualatin Science and Technology Scholarship winner. I see that Magnus is joining us this evening. Welcome to the meeting. Glad you could be here with us. As you all know, because you've seen some of the talented and amazing young people in this community, it's always very difficult to choose a winner when we have the scholarships to give out, because we always find inspiring young people that are both excellent students and also excellent community members, volunteer members, very inspiring young people. But we were very unanimous in choosing Magnus this year to receive the $500 scholarship. His goal is to study computer science, and he plans on attending the University of Portland. His letters of recommendation have described this young man as a hardworking, intelligent, analytical mind. He has an enthusiasm for learning. He took many IB courses at Tualatin High School, including history, physics, math, and psychology, which is an excellent background. He has a passion for computer science and is interested in international cyber security, which is very impressive. We may need your help here at the city one of these days. He's been not only excelling academically, but he also has been active in the Black Student Union. He ran track for Tualatin High School. He's also been a volunteer in the community. His mother has a home where she cares for disabled students, and he's done a lot of participation and caring for people with cerebral palsy, among other community volunteer opportunities. We're just extremely happy for you and happy to recognize all of your outstanding achievements, both academically and in our community. And we're very excited to have you be our recipient of this year's Tualatin Science and Technology Scholarship. It's very edifying for me, both as a counselor and a member of this community, to see the caliber of young people that we have coming up through our schools, and the feeling of satisfaction in knowing that when we come to the point where we're passing on this community to the next generation of students, that we have outstanding people, both of mind and heart, to give this community to. And I feel like we're going to be in very good hands with people like you and the other people that applied for the scholarship. And congratulations. And we're pleased to share this with you. And if you'd like to say a few things to the group, I'm sure they would love to know more about you and hear a little bit about you personally. Oops. I think we're having a little bit of, I can't quite hear you yet.
Oh,
There we go. Oop. I think we still have a little bit of audio problem. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if it's on our end or still can't hear you, Magnus. I'm sorry.
By rejoining.
Well, he'll be back with us here shortly.
it's the joys of Zoom.
I know, I know. I'm
I think
sure
he was going to
Bates-
try to rejoin, so.
Yeah, I think he'll be back with us here in a minute. Very inspiring young man, so I hope he'll be able to join us. I'm glad he's going into cybersecurity after what happened with our own business where I work during the day, having the cyber attack last fall. Holy smokes. Businesses, cities, corporations, we need help.
What we can do is we can do a public comment and circle back to Magnus.
Maybe that would be a good use of time.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So we'll move on to public comment and we'll give Magnus a few minutes to get back into the meeting. Public comments is an opportunity for anyone to address the council regarding an item that is not on tonight's agenda. Please keep your comments to about 3 minutes. If there's anyone in this Zoom meeting who would like to address the council, this would be the appropriate time. Do we have everybody who would like to address the council? I see Isha. Welcome.
Hello. Is the audio fixed?
Yeah, we're gonna circle back to you, Magnus. Give us a couple minutes. Right.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're up, sir. Are you doing public comment, sir? Isha, your screen name says Isha.
Oh,
Isha.
sorry. Am I speaking?
Not yet. We're gonna come
Oh,
back.
okay. Okay. Can everyone hear now?
Yeah, we'll circle back to you here in a couple minutes.
Okay.
So do we have any public comment?
Mayor Bubenik, I'd like to make a public comment.
I see Isha keeps waving his finger and I'm trying to recognize him. I can't hear you at all. And then
Oh,
Carol,
that's
you'll be
okay.
next.
Len Schauber.
All right, hey Glenn.
There we go.
Yeah, I've got a question as far as your work session you had on there. We're giving given a presentation on the Veterans Memorial progress, and I was wanting to find out when will you be discussing that in the council on an open meeting like this?
It'll be either July 25th or a meeting after that. It's going to be coming in the next 1 or 2 city council meetings.
Okay, thank you.
Didn't recognize you, Mr. Schaber. The light's bad. All right. Where'd Carol go? Ms. Greenborough.
Hello, I'm Carol Greeno, and I'm a retired clinical psychologist who worked a lot with kids. And I just want to thank the council and the staff and all of the people who are working on the Parks Bond. We have so much positive research right now showing that green spaces and activity are probably the best counter for all of the angst and stress that people have been experiencing the last few years. And I think it's not just pleasure and recreation, but it's really an essential health thing to be able to get out in green spaces. And so I want to say thank you. I'm very proud of Tualatin.
Thanks, Carol. All right. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council on an item that's not on the agenda tonight? All right, Magnus, you're up. Welcome.
Okay,
Welcome back.
thank you. Yeah, I was just trying to say that I'm really grateful for this opportunity. It's helping a lot toward like my school costs and everything. Since I mean, University of Portland isn't the most cheap school to go to, but yeah, it'll really help out, and I'm really thankful that I'm selected for it.
All right. Well,
Wonderful.
congratulations on the achievement. You know, as Council President Grimes was saying, I'm an IT guy, so everybody we can get on the good guy side would be terrific in cyber warfare. So looking forward to you graduating from UP and joining the team.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
And I also believe, I did want to mention too, I believe that Magnus also received a scholarship from the Tualatin Historical Society,
Yep.
if I believe. So,
Congrats.
Yeah, I also got that one. It was for my essay. I think they shared it in their newsletter if you want to read it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, well, keep up the great work. And when does school back start? When does your first year start?
I believe August 29th.
Wow. So enjoy the time off.
Yeah, coming up soon.
All right. Well, thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you so much.
Sure. That brings us to the consent agenda. The consent agenda, those items are considered routine. They'll be adopted by one motion unless someone in the council would like an item removed and heard separately later tonight. Tonight, the consent agenda consists of 4 items. Item number 1, consideration of approval of the work session and regular meeting minutes of June 27th, 2022. Item 2, consideration of resolution number 5632-22, awarding the contract for the Southwest Macaw Court to Psalm Creek Storm Repair Project to GT Excavation LLC and authorizing the city manager to execute a contract. Item number 3, consideration of resolution number 5633-22, canvassing results of the primary election held in the city of Tualatin, Washington, and Clackamas Counties, Oregon on May 17th, 2022. And finally, item number 4, consideration of resolution number 5634-22, authorizing the city manager to sign an intergovernmental agreement between the Tiger Tualatin School District 23J and the city of Tualatin. Would any council like an item removed from the consent agenda tonight? All right.
I'll make a motion. Oh,
Go ahead.
well, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read.
Second.
Motion second to approve the consent agenda as read. Any discussion on those motions? Seeing none, Councilor Sacco,
Aye.
Councilor Pratt,
Aye.
Councilor Brooks,
Hi.
Councilor Hilliard,
Aye.
Councilor Reyes,
Yes.
Council President Grimes.
Aye.
I vote aye also. It's unanimous. We had no items removed from consent tonight. That brings us to council communications, and Councilor Pratt said she wanted to discuss one of our favorite subjects here in Tualatin.
Yes, at the C4 meeting, we had our favorite people, ODOT, come and do a presentation. And they want to amend the Oregon Highway Plan policy in the section regarding tolling and congestion pricing. C4 group, yeah, I mean, they're pretty passionate about this and have a lot of concerns as we do. And the first real major thing was that this was put on the agenda kind of last minute, and we had this meeting on Thursday, and the public comment period is open until August 1st, which is just a couple of weeks. So C4, Trent Wilson with Clackamas County is, and other people on staff are drafting a letter, but they were going to shoot it out to all of us for our city councils to also send out if we'd like to. He was supposed to send it out today. I expect he'll have it the next day or two, but the letter is going to be fairly simple. It's just going to ask that they extend the open public comment period for 60 days and probably address really like kind of in really short sentences what are our concerns, you know, not full list, but the big things that were discussed were the other night were that one big one I think could really affect Tualatin is that the tolling revenues can only be used within 1 mile of the tolling corridor. So that means all that diversion and mitigation cost, if it goes outside that 1 mile, you couldn't use tolling revenue to deal with that. The second one was there was a huge concern that the tolling, there's nothing addressing, and this is policy, it's not the actual pricing, it's the policies and how the funds are used and stuff like that. So the second item that was a huge concern was that there should be language in there that ensures that emergency vehicle trip times aren't increased because of tolling, which is huge. And then the last big item that was really discussed was that the language is really weak about the reduced rates for low income people and and I noticed senior citizens aren't even mentioned in that list. And then other people towards Oregon City were really concerned that, and this has been brought up, I don't know how many times with ODOT, but that there are people that literally the only non-circuitous route to get to like school or shopping center or the grocery store is on and off the freeway, and that there should be special provisions for those people. Because I mean, they're gonna go broke just paying a toll to go to the grocery store and the school every day. So those are the big things. So my ask is that if council would agree that we will send out this letter too, just with these asks from ODOT to extend the time period and that we have these same concerns.
Fine with me. So the other thing that I thought was interesting in that memo was that they consider a trip of less than 3 miles on 205 that you shouldn't be on 205. That should be you should be using city routes. So for example, I do it all the time, I'll admit it, that when I'm shooting from my house over to Family Promise over in Stafford, I jump on 205, go down 102 and get off. That's frowned upon based on this plan, that you shouldn't be doing that. That should be going down Borland Road and not using 205 and put my car on there. So I'm fully supportive of the letter and response to this. On the Washington County Coordinating Committee meeting we're having next week, I think it is, tolling pricing is coming up, and coming up with a measure of who will be qualified for either free tolling or reduced tolling. And the current discussion we had at the Washington County Mayor's Lunch was perhaps someone at 200% of the mean income for the area. So that I think that brought someone, a family of 4, that's about $100,000. If you make less than that, you might get a break on tolling. So that's some of the ideas that are flowing towards ODOT, but we're gonna have probably a very full discussion at the Washington County Coordinating Committee about pricing, because they got to start getting some of these numbers out, suggestions, and then how do you prove you qualify? So just draft ideas on how this is going to progress. But anything else, Councilor Pratt? All right. Anything else in council communications? Councilor Brooks.
I just wanted to reiterate, well, I'm putting my hat back on. I wanted to reiterate about the transfer station. It's in Wilsonville and it's on Ritter Road. And you can bring, the public can drop off the following items, which I did not know, up to the front lot of the facility. Number 6, polystyrene, which is styrofoam, scrap metal, e-waste, cardboard, plastic, paper, stuff you'd put on your curbside recycling. And there's all kinds of information available. So I was taking things over to Tigard, and you can just go right here in Wilsonville and drop some of those things off. And they're really super helpful around it. And I'm really excited that we're going to be talking about recycling other items like batteries and things coming up in September. So please tune in if you're interested in the recycling updates on the September 26th council meeting. Thank you.
Anything else? All right, with that, do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Go ahead, just raise your hand as voting in favor. All right, terrific. Enjoy the evening, stay cool this week. It's going to be another hot July week. Have a good evening, everyone. Take care.